Good morning. So yes, another physics video. Okay, so you might want to watch some of my previous videos on neutron decay cosmology. The premise is that space is actually sort of 720 degrees, and that's why this electron thing, electron half spin, because the universe is 720 degrees. We get to experience 360 degrees, and that is 360 degrees, trust me. One of my previous videos will show that. So we get 360 degrees, and then antimatter gets 360 degrees. And I think the easiest way is to imagine is that if we allow compactified time, then essentially through that compactification, antimatter is tucked inside of us. It's in the other side of the proton. It's on the inside of the proton and the neutron, is the easiest sort of way of thinking about it. So it's sort of tucked inside of us, and if we were flipped inside out, we would then be antimatter, because everything would be reversed. The left-hand glove becomes a right-hand glove when you turn it inside out. So because of this, we only get half of the universe. We get electrons. We don't get very many positrons, unless you count the positrons that make the positive part of the proton. But most people think about a proton as being a singular special thing. So this, in this model, this entire half and half of the universe is amorphous void. This is where the voids are. This is where a neutron decay. This is an anti-de Sitter space. This is a 720 degrees of expansioniness. So there's dark energy in a way. The decay of neutrons expanding from almost nothing infinitesimal to about 1 cubic meter, so beach ball, is happening in voids all the time. This is where expansion comes from. I'll cite some paper to talk about how the geometry of voids suggests this. Okay, so there. So this is expanding. This would be an electron because it's expanding. This is divergence. Let's see if I can insert. There's some field lines. And then the other half of the universe is the convergent part. This is neutron decaying into amorphous monatomic hydrogen. The rest is falling from the edge of a void, basically, down to event horizon. And that is a gravitational thing. So therefore, this is 1 unit because that's expansion, poof. And now it's going to shrink. And that should go on forever and keep on getting darker, but there's only so many colors for gradient. Anyways, but there's the basic idea. So there is expansion. There is condensation, gravity, neutron decay in a singular hole. And when you have this, essentially you have the spinner, because consider that this is getting denser on this side. So these field lines are more and more darker, more dense. This, on the other hand, is essentially anti-de Sitter. This is, everything is flowing out from this side. And therefore, this flow, imagine if this was flowing out, that means that this has got to be pulling in, because there's one continuous object, right? Sort of like a toroid, only it crisscrosses inside itself at the point of 0, and therefore it becomes a one-sided figure. This is the radially symmetric Klein bottle, so to speak. And I'll have some other links to it. But there we go. This is why CP violation, like we only get 1/2. We get electrons, they get positrons. If you have a positron on this side of the world, you got an electron on the other side of the world in the antimatter zone. And then a neutron would be circular flow, but no flow this way across the membrane, therefore no change in pressure, therefore no charge. The neutron is purely spin flow. And I guess there's two layers, right? There's this apparent outside, and there is an apparent inside. So you can have, and we imagine the inside and the outside as the two potential electrons, because an electron is an electron half the time. This is where you can fit two electrons in an orbit. You have one electron half the time, and then it goes to the other side of time where it's a positron to balance it out. While that one's being a positron on this side of the other electron is being an electron, filling the electron space. And there we go. Let's put those field lines back in. I made it another closed universe. So in a way, you could consider this the field lines could be the electron field, and then the interior little object would be the nucleus. I also like the way, when you look at this image right now, I know this is rambling, but on the right-hand side, it's like all curvy, like almost smooth. And on the other side, because of the angle, it's all jagged over here. Teeth, smooth. Let's see, gravity is asymmetrical. Photons and stuff behave symmetrically because they're resonant transfers. But the universe overall, there's north and a south pole, has an asymmetrical quality to it. But it's like interlocking asymmetrical so that everything still balances.